convincingly solid and smooth. They made very real clinking sounds as they hit one another. I remember stopping and becoming very still, just wanting to take it all in complete wonder. Then I woke up. I started to glimpse the potential of lucid dreaming when I became lucid for a second time. In this next dream, I found myself playing by a swing in a very accurate replica of my real garden. Something triggered my lucidity and led me to an exciting lucid dream. In waking life, I had recently watched the first Superman film with Christopher Reeve. In my dream, I suddenly recalled the scene in which he takes Lois Lane flying. Lucidly aware, I thought to myself that would be amazing. No sooner had I thought this than a dream version of Superman in his blue and red cape suit came swooping in and flew me up above my garden. I remember looking down as my swing became smaller and smaller, and my garden became increasingly distant. It felt so exhilarating. In the many lucid flying dreams to follow, I subsequently discovered I didn't need Superman to fly me around at all, since I could soar like a bird solo. I regularly flew over valleys, rivers, and mountains. My favorite place to fly became Lake Louise in Canada, where my family used to visit whenever we went to see my Canadian father's family in Alberta. I loved Canada, and it felt amazing to be able to visit realistic dream replicas of places there, let alone fly over these magnificent landscapes. I always woke up feeling exhilarated, almost able to feel where the wind had brushed my cheeks. As I grew into a teenager, these experiences became less and less frequent, and as an adult, my lucid dreams became completely sporadic. I so desperately wanted to fly again that, on the rare occasions when lucidity sparked within a dream, I hurriedly and excitedly started to fly. But I almost always drifted out of lucidity into a normal dream within mere moments. It was frustrating, and eventually my lucid adventures became fond but distant memories. Many years later, I started having intensely vivid dreams. They were so vivid that it was as if they were popping out of my head every morning, begging to be written down. So I revisited my childhood practice of keeping a daily dream journal and became interested in dream interpretation. Lucid dreaming re-entered my awareness, and I purchased 2 books about it, Robert's first book and Stephen LaBerge's Introduction to Lucid Dreaming. When younger, I had completely spontaneous lucid dreams and had no idea that you could actually prompt lucidity. Reading that I could purposefully induce lucid dreams thrilled me. More important, I felt astonished by the scope and breadth of lucid dream experiences. You can question dream characters, uncover hidden subconscious limitations, fulfill all kinds of desires, and, most curious to me, explore the nature of consciousness itself. Returning to lucid dreaming was like rediscovering a lost love for me. But now I could explore it in ways I had never imagined possible. I excitedly devoured the books and started practicing all the techniques. I drew little prompts on my hands to help me question my reality, a lucid dreaming technique, repetitively performed reality checks, and thought about lucid dreaming constantly. I absolutely immersed myself in it. My first induced lucid dream came 2 weeks after I started practicing the techniques. On this particular night, I slept restlessly. About 4 o'clock in the morning, I felt unable to get back to sleep. I decided to get up and meditate, hoping this would remedy my insomnia. It did help enormously, and I soon drifted soundly back to sleep. I then found myself looking after 2 children in a strange room. The interior of the room looked like the outside of a viewing enclosure in a zoo. Rather than standing outside looking in, however, I saw that we were the ones enclosed. When I tried to open the windows, I noticed there was just a solid brick wall and no apparent means for escape. Being in a room without doors or windows had been a common lucidity trigger for me when younger, and again I realized that this was a dream. I told the kids to follow me, and I created an imaginary door in the brick that opened to bright sunshine. We found ourselves